Hello, it is a dark episode for September the 26th, 2024. And what should I talk about? I turn the camera on every night, and then there's been a good number of nights now that I've just kind of went, this is what I did. Um, I like the people I work with. I like the people I work with. I mean, there's some that are like less like than others, but my regular crew of people, I just really get along with. We joke, but I think we also respect each other. We're all hard workers. It's a good crew. And, you know, there's not, it definitely throws into contrast other people I've worked with. Notable person where there was a lot of drama and a lot of ego and a lot of blah, blah, blah. So I'm quite happy with who I'm working with at the moment. I am at the moment doing a training modules for work, and while I'll see how good the other ones are. I'm doing one that's like um, on kind of indigenous kind of awareness and sensitivity, which I'm enjoying. Um, I'm not coming to it cold. Definitely been reading not like a giant amount of stuff on Canada's sorry history with Native peoples and just sort of Native stories in general, um, and Inuit and Métis. I but enough that I'm not a complete bonehead ignoramus on this subject. And it's asking to kind of reflect on what kind of stories or assumptions you were raised on. And it was a lot of the really like I grew up in I was born in 68, so it was like the 70s and 80s as a kid. And that was you heard a lot of really racist stereotypical comments about native people, um, and kind of all that stuff. And I was, in a school where it was very much taught from the white settler, colonialist point of view on Native peoples, and not really bringing up residential schools much, if at all. Um, yeah, probably not at all. Definitely downplayed. And yeah, yeah, and like reservations and things like that. It was just like, it was not. I can see why there's a lot of people my age who are just like, why don't they get over it? Or, boo hoo, they get money, free money, and oh, I'd like to be in that situation. Just like all this really dumbass stuff that's like, no, dude, you don't want to have had your family and your family's family to have been victim to a cultural and some cases physical genocide. No, that I grew up in a household with a father who was an alcoholic. Now think about that a thousandfold, where you weren't able to speak your language, where any culture, that you weren't able to economically participate in the thing. You're crammed onto reservations with shitty housing, given shitty abusive, some sometimes sexually abusive schooling. It's just like, and your parents all did too, and they were really fucked up, and how that probably ended up translating into what their parenting skills were, like none, because they were denied their own parents. So, um, yeah, yeah. So it's been good so far, this module. It's not new stuff, but it's like it's communicating it. I feel like it's communicating it in a fairly clear and direct way, which, you know, I think I still find that useful. And it's a good one to be doing on this particular, coming up on this Monday. It is the Truth and Reconciliation Day for Canada's Indigenous peoples, and also a day for all Canadians to kind of come to, particularly come to grips with the idea of exactly what our country is based on, and it's not it's fucking evil. It's unfortunately fucking evil, and you know, how do we go from here on? That is something we need to work out with Native peoples and with ourselves, and what that means. All right. And on that note, I'm going to head upstairs. More videos later.